Hey, yo, everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be doing, my comic load for the week. Now, I'm sorry I didn't get to read everything in my comic load. A couple things, mostly Marvel. I didn't get to touch upon Avengers and Thor and X-Men. My bad, but it was my son's birthday and our wedding anniversary yesterday. We were out really late. I haven't had really time to read that much, so... But you know what I have had time for? The DC Universe app. This thing is awesome. It is still a little bare bones. I know in October we're going to start getting the original content. I'm sure they're going to move some more stuff out going forward. But I've been enjoying DC dailies. I've been enjoying rewatching Batman the Animated Series, rewatching some of the old Tim Burton Batman films, and I'm watching the Teen Titans, which I have seen many of the episodes, and I've seen, the major beats, but I think I've only seen like 30% of the show, so I'm looking forward to watching that all the way through. So really been enjoying the DC Universe app. Speaking of DC, a lot of good, interesting news come out. We get our first look of Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker, and a very creepy, almost like 1920s clown look, but really, really unique touch. And for me, I don't mind it. Yeah, would I like it to be the Joker of the comics? Sure, of course. But I'm kind of cool with this comic book movie not being connected to the overall universe and just doing its own thing. That the Joker kind of looks his own way. He doesn't need to look like anything other than, well, what suits the story. So I'm looking forward to things. And we also got the Captain Marvel trailer release, which looks pretty good. I'm not a big fan of Brie Larson, just because it feels like she never smiles. Everything is the same emotion. It's like I'm watching Data as Captain Marvel, but for the most part, the movie looks pretty good. So I will eventually watch it, probably not in theaters, probably when it comes out on Netflix or on demand. Unfortunately, I have Comcast, but hey, that's neither here nor there. So, with that said, of course, I'm going to thank my patrons. As always, you can go over to Patreon, help me out, and support the channel. I'm thinking of starting doing some t-shirts, right? So, I'm thinking about adding that to my Patreon list of rewards you can get. Free t-shirt if you subscribe and support me on Patreon. But that's still in the works. If you guys like that idea, let me know. And maybe just set up a shop for t-shirts. Just in general. I'm thinking of some designs, and I think it's Teespring. You can go over there and make t-shirts there, and really have kind of good thing going. I know my buddy Connor at OKayFabe, who is one of my patrons, was doing that for a while, and he suggested it. So something I'm thinking about doing. I'm also going to be re-releasing all my content that were Patreon exclusive contents back on Patreon, from reviews and timelines and whatnot. The main reason for this is because I have not been using tags, and it has come to my attention that if you use tags, it'll sidebar things, so if people want to go in and they just want to see timelines or movie reviews, they can just go over there and boom, quick in and out. But yes, thank you as always to all my Patriots. Well, I mean, the Patriots are amazing. Thank you, Tom Brady. Talking to you. But thank you to all my patrons. Michael Bennett, Sammy Coppola of the Bat Brand, Gay Comic Book Geek Paul, and my boy Connor from OKayFabe. I do appreciate all the support you guys are giving me. Next big video that I'm going to be working on is my Nightwing timeline, so I'm going to post that up there. And for you guys that are not on Patreon, I am going to be working on a suggested Batman reading list, the best way to get into Batman. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make the video, I'll post it on Patreon a month in advance, and then you guys will get it a month afterwards. So, but I haven't jumped into that yet because things have been so crazy. But now that I'm past September and August, the big thing is because I have my son's birthday, now my second son's birthday, my wife's birthday, and our wedding anniversary. With all that out of the way, your boy is now freed up to get some stuff done. So, enough gibbering, jabbering about me and what's going on in my life. Let's head over to comic books, and we're going to start where we always start, with a little bit of Batman in our life, with Batman issue number 55. Got both covers, variant and regular. This is starting a new story arc where the KG Beast is coming back. Now, funny enough, it makes reference in this that the KGBeast hasn't really been doing anything in Gotham since his first entanglement with Batman and 10 Nights of the Beast. So it's retconning a couple stuff. But basically, Batman and Nightwing are going about beating up a bunch of bad guys, doing their thing, and KGBeast is coming in for revenge. I don't want to reveal the shocking twist at the end, which I think a lot of you probably already know because it's been solicited both in Batman and Nightwing. But yes, something big happens at the end. Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. The art is beautiful. Tony Daniels is always a great artist, and he's invoking his inner Jim Lee with some of this art. And he often also pulls off the classic Hush mid-2000 Batman costume beautifully. So the art is gorgeous. I'm looking forward to more of his art in the next issue. I do like to see that Batman and Nightwing just go around beating up people, and some of the dialogue is really nice. And KGBeast, and seeing him elevated to a more dangerous level is cool too, because he's been kind of a joke lately. When he first showed up, he was a dangerous villain. But they haven't really done much of noteworthiness. I think the last big thing DC has done with KGBeast was in Aquaman and the Outsiders. Pretty sure it was that. But anyways, overall bad. I will say that Nightwing is super hyper dialogue heavy, like more quips than he needs to be. Nightwing throws out quips, but this is like to the nth metal. No pun intended. It's just over the top with how much quips he's doing. And other than the shocking twist at the end, nothing really happens in this book of any consequence. So, good issue. I don't think it's the best that has been put out for Batman in a while. But it's still good. It's serviceable. So, yeah. On to the first of the DC Black Label, and that would be Batman Damned. And as you can see, I got the Jim Lee variant cover. Now, a lot of people are getting really hung up about this issue. I mean, I don't want to seem like a dick, but I'm going to come really hard at you guys who have been real wieners about this. Listen, I'm sorry. I had to pull out the puns. Yeah, you see Batman's dick in this. The Black Label is going to be more of rated R, mature viewers kind of reading of comics, and they're set outside of the DC continuity, so this is, I think, set in the Batman Noel universe, and I don't think it has an actual name or Earth designation yet, but basically it's Batman Noel, and the concept is Joker is killed, and Batman needs to figure out who killed him, and he's working with Deadman and John Constantine to do so. The great thing about these books is that there's no timetable on it. There's no end date. Like, it gives the creators enough time to really pull out their best product, which is something I can appreciate. As much as I would like my monthly and weekly comics, sometimes getting a premium format comic is good too. But yes, you see Batman's dick in this. So if you ever had a question if Batman's been circumcised or not, don't worry, you're at least going to get 4 panels to figure that out. At first I was kind of irked about this, which I think a lot of people are, but I don't know, I don't care. Like, it is what it is. Plus, he has a pretty big dick, so if anyone's going to have a big dick, it's going to be Batman. But putting the dick controversy aside, this is a solid issue through and through. Beautiful art, really great dialogue. Azzarello is pulling no punches in this. And I particularly like how Deadman is drawn, where his suit is actually the muscle of his body. It's cool to see Constantine jump in this too. Zatanna makes an appearance, although it doesn't really do much, and so does the Enchantress. But very magical, heavy, not what you would expect, but a lot of supernatural in this. So pick it up. Next is Nightwing 49. So, the last issue I didn't give 2 shits about. Nightwing driving in a race to get to the Mobius chair, and yeah. But this issue was really fun. I enjoyed the interactions between Nightwing and Silencer. I thought the overall art was good, the action was good. Just on a whole, it was a solidly well done story. So, yeah. It's interesting how you can go from one meh issue to one good issue. Pick it up. Nightwing's going to have soon a jumping on point for a lot of people, so if you're not too keen on this story arc, don't worry, one of the next ones is going to be a good jumping on point. Harley Quinn issue number 50. This is Harley versus the DC continuity, and basically Sam Humphrey is poking and jabbing a bit at continuity, while at the same time giving a love letter to it. What is continuity? Is it important in comics? Answer, yes, but do we make it more important than it needs to be? A lot of questions get aroused there, and it's fun to see Harley jumping through all these hoops, discussing what continuity is, but on the whole, it's just Harley having a head trip. At least that's what I got from it. Fun issue, some great artists, and just overall good time. Pick it up. The return of Wolverine issue number 1. So my boy is back. Wolverine is pound for pound my favorite Marvel character. He holds a near and dear place in my heart because as a child, I was such a big Wolverine fan. It's one of the few comics that actually go out of the way from Marvel. Now, I'm not going to lie, I have not been reading the Hunt for Wolverine arc, so I kind of went into this blind, and this is the shit that I don't like about Marvel. It's that I literally have to read 12 issues of build-up for this to kind of get it. Like, I get a rough idea. Wolverine's alive again. How? I don't know. Some evil corporation, and he has no memories, and he can unlock his memories a bit at a time, and he has to stop this evil corporation. Kind of. I don't know. I don't like the plot. Right? I think the plot is messy and not inviting for new people, and not inviting for me, who didn't get all the other Wolverine stuff beforehand. I trust Soul. I feel as though he'll pull out a good product. Maybe next issue I'll like it, but I didn't like how the overall, it wasn't welcoming to people that didn't get all the stuff beforehand. The art was good. I liked in particular why they explained why he wears blue and yellow, which was kind of a cool explanation. And the overall action is nice, but I feel very lukewarm about this. Very 2.5 out of 5. They could have done better with how they approach things. I do feel good about the next issue. I feel as though they did enough in this issue that the next issue will be better, but still would have liked more. Teen Titans issue number 22. This is the Titans dealing with the death of Roundhouse, as well as taking on the Golden Glider, who is actually a Flash rogue. So that's pretty cool. And them kind of trying to figure out their mesh and what it means to be them, and working as a team, and training together, and all that jazz. This was a solid issue. It's kind of an in-between issue, in that it doesn't really adhere to any story arc, but it does deal with some overall implications that has been going on with the Titans, in particular the death of Roundhouse. But for the most part, this was a solid, fun issue with some good art. And my favorite part was when Red Arrow trained and went up with all the rest of the Titans, and they kind of had a little throwdown. Aquaman issue number 40. This is, again, another good issue, but it shouldn't be called Aquaman. It should be called Mirror. Aquaman shows up, he plays a role, but Mirror is really the star of this book, as well as that King of Locks, whatever his name is, dude from the Suicide Squad. Actually, if anything, Aquaman's the least important character of this. It's really Suicide Squad, Amanda Waller, and Mirror. And saying that, this isn't bad. It's solid Aquaman through and through. I enjoyed it. I just, when I read Aquaman, want my boy Aquaman to be a little bit more present than he was in this. But still, good pick up a read. Abet is jumping off the book as writer. We're getting a new team, which is going to focus more on the mythological side of Aquaman, but looking to be good. And finally, Justice League, issue number, 9? 8. My apologies. Jim Lee cover. Gotta do it. This deals with the Batman Who Laughs, and really looking into why he's working with Lex Luthor, and what's his end game, and his goals, and his plans, and how you have to think of him not as a Joker who dresses up like Batman, but a Batman who has the mindset of the Joker, because that's really what he is. Really good dialogue, really great art. The artist from Batman, who's kind of been doing Batman for the past few years, jumped onto this. I forget his name. And it really does a good job at kind of solidifying the Batman Who Laughs as a mainstay in the DC universe, because going forward, he's going to become an important character. Really good Lex Luthor stuff, really good Cheetah stuff, really good Black Manta stuff, a lot of good Legion of Doom stuff. And I think this has been one of the better issues of the arc since. So that's it. That's all I got to read. As for my pick of the week, it goes to Batman Damned. Putting Dick's stuff aside, and I'm not talking about Dick Grayson, it is probably the most solid and well done comic issue this week. Really gorgeous art, really great dialogue, really interesting story. A lot of twists on the story that will make you feel uncomfortable, but in a good way, particularly dealing with Batman's parents. So, in saying that, I'm going to end this video here. This is Andrew saying peace out for now.